Good evening, William Mean here, 1799. Glad you could come by. If you like this video, share it. Subscribe, be nice if you do. First Amendment, leave a comment. And let's talk about anti-gun people. Groups, clubs, and dirty politicians. Yeah. I've been kind of like scrolling through a bunch of stuff and reading newspapers at the library after I came to the gym, and I just got this silly idea. So I want to check something here. I was listening to a couple anti-gun people who talk about guns are evil, guns are this, and we should get banned all guns, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're talking about themselves. It's hard not to overhear. I got to thinking about it. I says, wow, this is really interesting. We just had a home invasion about 3-4 weeks ago, right? So I got this crazy notion, let me just crawl through this a little bit. And that's exactly what I decided to do. Steady there, Caroline. So, let's jump into this. I'm not going to give dates and times and all that, or addresses or names. I'm not allowed. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Now, let me see here. Two gang arrests. 13 ages ranges from 13 to 21. Yeah. In a recent drive-by shooting. So you don't need a gun. I wonder how many anti-gun groups have relatives that have guns, or proper words, firearms, by the way, right? And how many of them carry firearms? Do they tell them, you need to get rid of that gun before you can marry my daughter? Or you can come into my house? Or you can come into my family to my barbecue or whatever? Or they just distance them. No, he's a family member, he owns guns, I don't like him. And I like the Republicans when they talk about this mass, or Democrats, I'm sorry, they talk about this invasion coming through the border. Democrats blame the Republicans because the Republicans are talking about it. So if you don't talk about it, they won't come. That's like saying, well, my transmission is going to blow, but if I don't think about it, it won't happen. Yeah, okay. That's like getting robbed. I said, well, if I don't think about being robbed, it'll go away. Yeah, like the thief is going to just evaporate. This is the stupidity that these anti-gunners come up with. But I want to jot this down real quick. Home invasion. 1 people injured. Robbery. Valuables taken. No suspects. That's the air conditioner, by the way. We have also 2 drive-by shootings. 2 separate areas. No suspects. We have, let's scroll down a little bit. Here we go. This is bad. Person was raped and murdered. No suspects. Ongoing investigation. 2 carjackings. Scroll down a little bit. Another carjacking. Person died of fentanyl overdose. And this is another thing too. All this stuff comes through the border. Yeah, Chinese, you have probably Middle East terrorists coming in our country. Then you have drug dealers coming in our country. None of these people are being vaccinated, and I wonder if any of them have been vaccinated. Since we're all worried about COVID-19, are these people being vaccinated or coming through the border? Are they being tested? No. Don't listen to that BS and say, oh, we're catching them all. No, you're not. No, you're not. Well, worry about me. You people need to wear a mask. Maybe you need to do this, maybe you need that. Maybe you should go down there and cut that border down a little bit. But you people who own guns are a threat to society. You're a threat to human safety. I guess you're safe don't mean a damn thing, does it? That's why the Second Amendment is there for a reason. It protects you as an individual under the Bill of Rights. We are a constitutional republic, not a democracy. Democracy is a collective, which leads to socialism. We have something here. Oh yeah. Home invasion. No arrest. Assault with a deadly weapon. 3 people were knifed, 2 were injured, 1 dead. Another knife attack right here by 5 individuals. Multiple injuries. They don't give you a number, how many, and multiple deaths. That probably was a gang operation, what do you think? Possibility? Here's one of a party. 19 people were injured, 4 dead. But you don't need a gun to defend yourself. What do you need a gun for? Law enforcement can only do so much. They're here to protect the community. They will aid you in every way they possibly can. They're not superheroes. They don't run around with goofy looking clothes with special powers and all that. You know, all they are is they're human beings. They're trying to do everything. They've been granted the powers by their cities, their towns, or their counties to uphold the law and to protect them. Got another shooting here. We got a drug bust. Multiple amount of illegal firearms and other drugs. Carjacking. Rape in a parking lot. Let's scroll down here some more. Yeah, there's another bat-wielding individual. No suspects. Injuries. Minor. What I'm basically trying to get at here is that you got people telling you you don't need a right to defend yourselves no matter what. They don't care about Bruner, they don't care about Supreme Court, they don't care about this, they don't care about that. It's that you do not need a firearm because you're a threat to public safety. So when I put public safety to that point, and I'm saying to myself, well, if you're saying that if an individual has the right to defend him or herself, they are a threat to public safety, but yet you endorse politicians to allow criminals to come over the border and are soft on crime, by the way, that's okay. Now, what kind of hypocrisy is this? Makes no sense, does it? But that's the way, that's what these anti-gun groups talk about. They tell you you don't need a right to defend yourself, you don't need this, you don't need that. And they support these politicians to allow this to happen But they want to disarm you because you're a public threat to safety. That's why I tell you people, think before you do anything. Sometimes it's hard because you're a single mom, single dad, you're a laborer, you're a worker, there's all kinds of things, and you've got a lot on your mind from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. And I understand it's so difficult, even because we're so blindsided with all the BS that goes around us. By Washington and their political politicians, clowns up there. But when stuff like this goes on, these hypocrites come out of the woodwork, want to sign bills against you, and their puppets are feeding these people this nonsense that we need to ban this, we need to ban that. But when you got all this going on here, it makes no sense, does it? Do as I say, it's not as I do. It's an old saying, by the way. But where's the common sense in all this? The right to self-preservation is given to you by God. Now, those who are very religious understand. I'm not very religious, but you have to, how I interpret this. The right to self-preservation is given to all people. It's hardwired in every single thing here. And under the Second Amendment, we are the militia. Whether they like to believe that or not. We are. That's what the Second Amendment's put in there for. You got people coming over that damn border. You got China that hates this country. You got Russia wants to get in. You got some other countries that hate us. But you want to give all these countries money out there who hate us and disarm us to stop school shootings. But you support these politicians who write these laws. Nobody can protect you, but you can protect yourself. Yes, we have law enforcement out there, and they're good people. They're doing the best they can. You got bad ones too, yeah. They got good and bad and everything. But common sense. Use common sense before you think about, well, I'm going to hand it over because it's a weapon that murders children. It's not a military firearm, I'll grant you that. But it's still a tool to defend yourself with. It's better to have something than not have nothing. Sometimes people need to stop and think for a few minutes before they start, believing everything that these politicians spill out. These anti-gun groups running around like David Haas and all the rest of them want to disarm this country and think this is going to be a better place. We got a bunch of politicians who want to scrap the entire Constitution because they hear other countries saying that nobody has rights. Rights and privileges come from the government. So the UN supports slavery. Where is common sense at? Nobody can defend you, but you defend yourselves. Do not be afraid to defend yourselves. Protect you and your family. And don't listen to these damn idiots. Because this is why we're in the position we're in now. With the borders, your north, your south, drug dealers coming in, countries that hate us, and we got an administration that still cuddles up to China. Till then, see you around.